Alright, what's good guys? It's Poku Banks, baby. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please leave a like, comment and subscribe. And today's video we're going to be doing a reaction. We're reacting to Footaslyum's video called What Do Chunkz And Alhan Do With Their Money? Bridging the Gap, episode 1. And when you mention the word money or finance in a sentence, you can't forget to mention Poku Banks. So again, I'm gonna look over this, see what these guys are doing with their money. If you don't know who Chunkz is, you must be living under a rock. You know, he's a famous comedian within the UK. Everyone loves him. He's just good vibes. You know, if you didn't know, he's a part of the Bay Squad. He's been doing many episodes and series with Footaslyum, so you know, does a shoe fit. The funny series about dating. And also Alhan, who's a personality within the UK. He's known for The Gasworks, a good podcast to check out. But you know, let's check what these guys are doing with their money. Good intro still, good intro.
Hello people, and welcome to Footaslyum's brand new series, Bridging the Gap, all about the things you never learned at school. This is episode 1, all about finance. It's your boy Alhan, joined by my boy Chunkz, and we're here to learn with you.
To learn with you, because we actually don't know much about this.
Yeah.
That's why we're here too, because I'm actually very excited to learn. You know, when a brother's got a suit on, it's serious.
Serious.
Chat to me, bro. What's your name?
And also, a lot of people feel like, I wanted to mention this, just because you make a lot of money, that you know what to do with your money or you're good with your finances. And like Chunkz has said, he's here to learn. You know, he's been busy creating content. He hasn't got time to look into what investment does the best or where to put his money into what ISA. So again, guys, don't just assume that if someone has money, they know exactly what to do with their finances. So, you know.
Urban Financier.
Urban Financier. What do you do?
I'm a private banker, so I look after
Yeah, you make bread.
entrepreneurs.
You make bread?
In the UK.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't
Okay.
invest. Not properly anyway.
You might say, but when you spend erratically or?
Depends on the month, to be fair. Depends on what, like my art.
Now, obviously, to begin with, Chunkz, you don't invest. This is gonna change, bro. Look, yes, you're getting all these gigs now. You're working for Footaslyum. You're getting all these episodes in, but you now only make money when you work, when you get these gigs. Now, God forbid, but you know, let's be real. At the end of the day, you know, people are gonna fall off. You know, you start getting less gigs. You'll be doing less shows. You'll be getting less, you know, invites from all these companies. So the only way you make money is if you get these gigs, is if you work. You need to make your money work for you. Now, again, I'm just a guy talking on the internet, so it's up to you to take my advice. But, you know, again, let's improve that. Let's get to investing, man. Saving is good. That's a good start. But, guys, savers are losers. We all know this. So let's get to investing, bro.
I think my outgoings are pretty respectful. To be fair.
I hear you.
But that's the thing I need help with in terms of where to put the money in, etc. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be very interesting today, man.
Yeah, man. All right, well, we'll start with some of the basics.
Cool.
And then dive deeper later on into the show,
Yes.
which is what we like doing in each of these episodes.
Yes.
How would we know? We've only done one.
All right, my brother.
Good
We're gonna go
music.
straight into
Good
the
music.
basics, yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, don't know much. So that's why you're here today.
Wait, is that a bust down? Is that a bust down chain, Chunkz?
Let's do it.
What is credit?
Is this a bust down chain? Hey, behave. I'm joking. You can spend money wherever you want.
Credit in the context of borrowing money is the ability to spend to buy a product or a service with money that you don't currently have now, or choosing to use borrowing to buy something instead of your own money, but with the agreement that
You
you'll
need to
pay
know
the
this.
money back
You guys need
at
to
a
know this
later
credit.
stage.
With interest?
Basic.
With interest, but interest in itself is something we can talk about. But credit itself is the
Hate
ability.
interest. Why? Why is that a thing?
APR.
All of them stuff, yeah. And
Why is it a thing? Bro, it's a thing because, you know, people will only loan you their money if they get something in return. But whereas the Jews, they don't do that. Within the community, they'll all loan to each other at no interest. So that's how they're all just, you know, getting good financing. So it's crazy.
Right.
So the person you're borrowing the money from will normally dictate the amount of interest they charge you. And that normally takes into lots of factors, how much it costs them to provide you with the service and everything else that goes around it. But also, they look at you as a borrower and how risky you are to them. And that.
Also, I would like to add on, with the interest, it depends on, you know, what you're putting down as collateral. So, you know, if you're putting a house or a car down as collateral, the interest may be a little bit lower. For example, with mortgages, you see 4 to 3% interest rates. With car loans as well, you get 10 to 11% interest rates. And this is what we call secured debt. This is where you put something down as collateral. If this is unsecured debt, so there's nothing down as collateral, then you can see higher interest rates. So if this is with credit cards, loans, you see 20% interest rates, 30% interest rates. Check your credit card APR. APR, annual percentage rate. it'd be pretty high because again, it's unsecured. If you don't pay back, whatever payments you've taken from the credit card, they have to go through so many ways of getting in contact with you. So going to debt collectors and all sorts. Whereas with secured debt, if you don't pay back your mortgage, they'll just take the house from you. They repossess it. It's simple. The car as well, they repossess the car. So that's why there's a lower interest rate. Whereas unsecured, it's gonna be a lot higher. But let's see if they include this.
Can sometimes use their own money to further their own goals and ambitions. So they use someone else's money to buy it, and they use their own money to do something else that would hopefully bring them a return as well.
But even if it's like a smaller payment, let's say you want to buy a bike or something, and
Hey, Chunkz is confused. Chunkz is confused. He's confused.
Return as well.
But even if it's like
Look at him.
a smaller payment,
He's confused.
let's say you want to buy a bike or something, and you can pay it on your debit card. But what are the benefits of with credit? Does that help build
Building
your
a credit score.
Yeah, I mean, we could look at credit scores as a subject, but I think the reason why people even use credit for smaller purchases is maintaining as much liquidity as they can for themselves. So if you've got £1,000 in your bank account and you want to buy a brand new TV, which costs £700, rather than using your own money to buy it, people might buy it on credit, because then it keeps their £1,000 in the bank and they can make those payments incrementally over an agreed period.
I can invest that into something that makes more money, and then
Opportunity.
And they can invest their own money into something else. I think what you have to really...
Invest? What's an investment?
very
That's
good.
a little segue.
Put it there,
What's an
son.
investment?
Very good.
So the investment is the process by which someone looks to grow their money for the future by taking an element of risk in anticipation of getting a return. But not all investments can guarantee your money. So you have to think about it before you put your money into anything.
Okay, and I want to ask,
good
how
way you
are you so
mentioned
well
that.
spoken? Because you're just literally hitting it. No ums, there's no ahs.
Been ready.
Yeah, you've been ready.
Yeah, imagine, I can't lie. Urban Financier, he's very, very smooth with what he does. Like, if I was there, I'd be stuttering, I'd be real. Obviously, I know what I'm talking about, but it's just like, he's so smooth with it. Like, are they doing this in one take? I really want to know if they're doing this all in one take, because if so, Urban Financier, you're on job. Because me, when I record videos as well, right now I'm pretty smooth, but normally when I'm recording videos, I stutter a lot. So he's doing well.
What's that about then?
Elocution.
Whoa! I need some elocution lessons.
Is this finance or are we? Is this English class?
All right, brother, can you talk to me about inflation? What is it?
Okay, so inflation is simply the rise of services and goods over a period of time, but also
Hey, the rise in the price of services and goods over a period of time. Remember that.
There you go, yeah. I've deflated.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Yeah, there you go.
So really, if you were Alfredo bar, we'd love you right now. Yeah. No, we don't love you, but
Nah, also shout out to Chunkz. Like, he's actually gone so slimmer. He looks better now. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Money actually makes you look better, man. Like, if you've seen Chunkz before the money, before the fame, obviously, Chunkz is still Chunkz, but, he looks better now. He's smiling more. He's in shape. Like, he's looking good. I can't lie. No homo.
and he's English Urban Financier.
Stop, man.
So now that we've covered some of the basics, why don't we put it through to some examples and see if we can understand it a bit deeper. Your credit score is your personal financial CV.
Yeah.
And it tells lenders or banks or borrowers how you behave with money, your appetite for money, how much do you apply for credit, how much of your credit utilization do you use. So if you have an overdraft, credit cards, loans, etc., are you always at the upper max limits, or do you use a reasonable amount? But also, do you make your payments on time? Do you miss payments? All of that is effectively what makes up your credit score. So it could be a combination of any of those things that could lead to you being declined for a £30 a month mobile phone contract.
So
Credit score only on credit cards or
That's-
on debit cards?
I was literally about to ask that question.
It's a good question. So whilst it's termed credit score, it's deeper than just credit cards. So effectively, anything you borrow money for. So going back
Direct
to
debit, so-
So utilities, water bills, gas, electricity, car insurance. If you don't pay it all at once and you pay it monthly, technically that's a form of credit.
My credit
Loans-
score's banging then. What?
No, mine's terrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yours must be 999.
Close.
Oh,
I think
997.
I think he actually gives the credit back.
Yeah.
It's more than just staring at a 999 credit score, but it's about the underlying detail behind it. So, are you actually making sure that you're meeting your payments in time? Is your credit utilization low? Someone might have a lot of debt but still have an amazing credit. Someone might only have a mobile phone contract and have terrible credit because they've got adverse history on that particular.
What about the debt bit? What did you say? So someone can have a lot of debt but still have a good credit score?
Yeah, absolutely.
How on earth is that possible?
Because they manage it. So for example, if you have a mortgage and you've got hundreds of thousands borrowed, and somebody who doesn't have a mortgage and only has a phone contract, the person with the mortgage can have a great credit score. The person.
And to add on to this, one thing that they use to determine your credit score is the mix of credits, the mix of credit types. So for example, if you have a credit card, if you have a car loan, a mortgage, a mobile contract, if you're managing them all well and you're paying them on time, then this will increase your credit score. This shows the lenders that you can manage debt well. Whereas if you only have a credit card, just only one type of credit, and you have nothing else, then this will keep your credit score low because we don't know whether you can, handle other sorts of credit. So again, applying for a mobile contract, applying for a car loan, all sorts, it can help increase your credit score.
So the mobile phone
Makes
contract
sense. I
have
hear
a
that.
terrible credit score.
And they've got more debt.
And they've got more debt. So debt alone isn't the issue,
My
it's
guy,
your behaviour.
I like him.
Yeah, a lot.
I like him. All right, so let's say you're a young person.
Yeah.
What is a good way to build your credit? Because the things you mentioned.
Good question.
Yeah, thank you.
How young?
You mentioned things like car insurance or monthly payments on cars, home insurance. For a lot of young people, the only thing they might have is a mobile phone contract. So what is a good way that they can
Credit
build their
cards.
credit score?
I think first and
Lockbox.
foremost, maintaining a healthy relationship with your general bank account. Because if your account starts going overdrawn, that also can affect your credit. If your behaviour with your general check.
I would like to also add on to that, apply to sign up to be on the electoral register. This means you can vote in future elections. This means that, if you were to, not pay back anything, the government know where to find you because you're on the electoral register. If you can't vote, then, they can't find you, therefore they can't trust you as a citizen, if you get what I mean.
Bank account goes overdrawn or that deteriorates, that could also affect you. And if you've got a credit card, that's an easy way to start building credit.
Okay.
A lot of people take out credit cards to start building their credit score with it.
I took out a credit card during the pandemic.
Right.
And every time I make a payment, I just have a direct debit from my personal account to my credit account, and then just make small payments on that.
Yeah.
On the
Yeah,
credit
so
card.
if you were to buy like a washing machine, for example,
Yeah.
instead of just buying it outright, even though it costs you like £17 a month, you might as well just take it out on the credit card.
I think it's about the behaviour and the principle. Don't do it for the sake of it, because what happens
Yeah.
is the money that you did have could be consumed by something else, and then all of a sudden that money isn't there, but you've now taken out credit
Domino
and
effect.
you're struggling to pay it back. So I wouldn't encourage people just to take out credit just because.
Yeah.
I think there has
People
to
are,
be.
though.
No, but it should still be like if you take out credit for something, you should still be able to afford that.
I see is if you want to take credit out for something, be able to pay it back. So for example, with a credit card, if you put something on a credit card, pay it back by the end of the month, so you pay no interest whatsoever.
I mean, for me,
Yeah.
it's what Lethal Bizzle says. If you can't buy it 3 times, then you don't buy it at all.
Not many people buy 3 houses.
But I would never say that about a house.
Okay.
Buy a t-shirt or a pair of shoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's,
you gotta
it's
be.
all within reason, right? Of
course.
I think
you just have to have disposable income.
for now. When you look around you, you think that's just gone into thin air. I mean, cars is something that's an obvious one to look at because we all know it's a depreciating asset. Unless you're buying a classic car or you're buying a one-off limited edition, which is in the hundreds of thousands. But if you're buying a mass-produced car, Mercedes, BMW, Audi, whatever, the truth is, in a couple of years' time, that will depreciate.
It's true.
Also, remember the depreciating assets. A lot of people want to put them as liabilities. Look, the car payment that you pay every month is a liability. According to accounting laws, that's a liability. But the car itself is an asset. Okay?
As someone bought recently.
Oh, but okay.
Part
Yeah,
that
I don't buy nothing. I also like designer clothes and stuff. Innit?
yeah.
Yeah, well, look, I think
Very silly.
Look, we have to live
Right
at the end of the day. I think you can't hug all your money and do nothing with it. But I think you've got to be mindful of the things that you buy.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I often see people cutting back on, the basics in life.
yeah.
Instead of going and getting a drink or whatever, they'll make one at home. But I find that stuff boring. So how much of it is about saving money and cutting down how much you spend or making other revenues?
For me, I can't lie to you, I'll be real, Alhan. Saving is boring. As, Pappy from NSG said, I think, saving is boring. Andreas telling saving is boring. It's true, saving is boring, but it's something you gotta do. Getting rich isn't fun. It's very, very simple. Live below your means, invest the difference, and, generate wealth. Now, to answer your question, should you focus on saving or generate more sources of income? I personally believe if you're starting out, you have little money to your name, saving will help you a lot. You can generate, you can keep more and more. If you have little to start off with, and you're starting off from like £100, saving will take you to the next level to £500. Why? Because you're keeping more of your money. Now, if you're at your level, cutting back on £2 or £3, there's no point. You know, what you should really be focused on is creating more sources of income, so then you can afford to do whatever you want. Not have to worry about, you know, saving on a £3 drink. You know, that's not life. So that's what I think.
It's about discipline. So if you budget your money every month, it's not a case of about starving yourself from all the luxuries in life, because when you die, you can't take it with you. It's about being able to manage the money you spend, setting yourself a budget for the month and think, how much am I going to spend on entertainment, eating out, and how much am I actually going to put to use for the long term? So I don't think it's about starving yourself of any luxuries, but it's about knowing how to budget and set funds aside to do specific things.
Have you got any other examples for us? Because you slagged me off about my phone contract. What's he got declined for?
It's not about violate demand today. It's about learning about finance.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Easy for you to say.
What does that about?
Because I couldn't afford the mobile phone contract.
Well, you can though in real life. In theory, it's all about theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so look at another example then. So rather than trying to get a contract out, if you earn, let's say, £2,500 a month. Now, I know that, you know, after 2 million followers, that's probably how much you spend on toothpaste, but just pretend, humour me for a minute.
Chunkz has 2 million followers. 2 mil. That's a lot for the UK, you know. Man like Chunkz.
I don't.
It's
actually 3 bags. Carry on.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah.
What's the best way of working with that money? You know, a lot of people have this idea that you have to save a certain amount or a set amount of money every month, but it has to be very individual. If you have rent or a mortgage to pay, that will normally take precedence over everything else.
Yeah.
And so I can't tell you that you should save 80% of your salary every month, because that's not possible if your rent is 60% of what you earn. But it's being able to budget and say, right, what are the essential things that I have to spend money on every month?
The 3 biggest things that people spend on every month is number 1, housing, transport and food. These are the 3 main expenses. It'll probably take up 50% of your income. So if you can lower these 3 expenses, you will have a low outgoing every single month. So these are the 3 main ones you need to focus on.
I personally have a budget planner that tracks a whole year ahead. So I know how much I'm going to spend in December. Give and take, you know, big events or things that aren't foreseen.
Does that include the presents for everyone?
It includes presents and birthday. It includes discretionary spend. So you've got commitment, you've got committed spend, you've got discretionary spend. To the best of your knowledge, of course, things come in. You know,
I think that's too organised though, you know. I like being spontaneous.
Oh, absolutely.
Just randomly spend a little 40 racks. Just
Yeah.
And then sometimes you go in the bank and a zero. Yeah.
Yeah, but not me.
Urban Financier. Sometimes going back to 0. This guy's cheeky, you know. Not me. It's too funny.
I don't like those surprises.
I've never been at 0, broski. I've been real with you. Thank God, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
A lot of people think because obviously we're social media influencers, we're gonna just go broke. You know what I mean? I'm not. Nah.
Yeah.
I know what.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like influencers are broke. I don't know where that you know, thought came from, that thought process came from, but influencers are far from broke. What we need to remember is we're in the Gen Z era. Gen Z are growing up on social media, so they're more influenced or more likely to buy a product based on what influencer recommends. And that's with these companies, their marketing departments, that's where they're putting their money into, influencers. Trust me, if Chunkz is getting a bag, he will never see 0. Trust me, he's making a lot of money, believe it or not.
And then you get letters, so there's been a couple times where,
CCJs.
you know, I've accidentally brought bailiffs to the house because I actually owe money to like Westminster or something. But I think this year I've spent a very good chunk of my income on parking tickets. But I'm good with everything else. My mobile phone contracts, I'm not in overdraft. I pay off all my other monthly expenses, bills, insurance, everything else.
What are you getting at, bro?
No, I'm saying, if I'm good with all that money, but I've got all these fans coming to the house and maybe a court order or whatever, does that fuck up my credit?
Yes. So that could potentially.
Could have just asked that.
CCJs, they stay in your credit file for around 6 years. County court judgment. So, you know, again, your parking tickets, please just pay it as soon as you get it. If you pay it as soon as it's half price, so don't even let it get to double. Don't even let it get to the point where debt collectors are coming to your house. Please, guys, come on. Let's get it sorted.
Yes.
Well, I had to tell a story. I was going to tell him what car I drove, but he didn't ask.
What car do you drive?
Urus.
Okay.
Alhan, drive Urus. Bruh, this podcast thing is paying off, isn't it? I said you drive Urus. Say no more. Say no more. Say no more. Is he lying? Yes, be lying.
Well,
guy-
I think the CCJs is what you should be aware of. So
CCJ?
county court judgments,
Yeah.
which can come on the back of your parking
Criminal,
tickets.
how do you know about that? You should know that because obviously it makes sense for you to know that.
Yeah, but well, he might know because he's probably got letters that say CCJ pending on
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, this is
I mean,
funny.
look,
This is funny.
The key is really to pay off these debts as quick as possible.
All right, but does that fuck up my credit?
It can
Yes,
do,
bro.
yes.
Your credit's probably dry then.
Like I said,
Sometimes there's
just pay it
bailiffs
off.
at your cribby.
But there you go, guys. That is Bridging the Gap episode 1. I feel like this is the only episode that's to do with finance. I doubt they're gonna do a whole series of finance. So I think this is just the first topic. I'm glad episode 1 was the finance topic. It's good for me, you know what I mean? But again, check it down. Check this video down below. We link down below. You already know. Let's get it. And any more videos you want me to react to, do comment down below. I'm looking to react to quite a few more videos. So again, do let me know. You already know. It's Poku Banks, baby.